The Vivo V50 with stunning design and pro-level portrait photography. Buy now.
Milky Mist Paneer. Milky Mist Paneer.
Velamal feels proud to honor the physical education teachers with 5 cars and 15 lakhs.
Hello and welcome to Galatta. Plus, in this video review episode, we're going to be talking about Natesh Hegde's Tiger's Pond, Avagachi Pani. The film world premiered at the Berlinale Film Festival. It is an impressive follow-up to the director's first film, Pedro, and this stars Achyuth Kumar, Dileesh Pothan. It is the first Kannada feature to be selected for the Berlin Film Festival, and it contains many of the themes, that is class, caste, man versus nature, that we saw in this director's first film. The rest of this review contains spoilers. Natesh Hegde follows up Pedro with Tiger's Pond, Bagachi Pani, and the two films are companion pieces. Both are set in a village by the Western Ghats, and both are shot by Vikas Urs in a manner that makes it a point to not exoticize these locations. In other words, the extraordinary is rendered ordinary, like how it would seem to someone who has always lived there as opposed to an awestruck tourist. Both films feature a master-servant equation along with observations on caste and class hierarchies. Again, this is all presented to us as though it has always existed and not as something that kicks off a plot. Both films include wild animals, a boar there, tigers here, and godly rituals. If Pedro showed us a statue of Ganesha being immersed in during a festival as observed by a social outcast, we get a goddess here with green bangles, who's first seen amidst wild reeds and slowly slips into a pond. This goddess too is observed by a sort of outcast. This time the outcast is more of an outlier, a mentally challenged woman named Pati, played by Sumitra, who tends to the cattle owned by the village big shot Prabhu, played by Achyuth Kumar. In an early scene set in a forest near this village, kids in school uniform race to their homes after hearing a tiger's roar, but Pati stays still. Either she isn't scared, or she's unable to register the fact that danger is around, or she's one with nature in a strange way. I don't mean that she's a mystical presence, but her muteness renders her a mystery. She gets the film's most stunning visual, an image where, a wide shot actually, where she's at the center of the frame and dwarfed by the forest all around her. She could well be a forest creature herself. The film is shot with 16mm film stock, and the grain, the imperfection makes it all seem timeless, like something from a photo album that's existed since the world began. Natesh works in oblique ways. There's a banner being put up for Prabhu, who is contesting in a local election. First we see two men carrying long poles, then we see holes being dug and the poles are inserted. Only later do we realize what this construction is, that is the banner. The election is important for Prabhu, whose bare torso is bisected diagonally by a sacred thread. The family has been in control of the village for generations, but now for the first time there are opponents. Prabhu, whose very name means God, performs a small ritual at a temple, and God seems to tell him that he will win the election, but it isn't going to be easy. He has to go around asking people to vote for him, and for assistance he has the faithful immigrant named Malbari, played by Dileesh Pothan. This is a big man with a slavish devotion to his master. The Malayalam-speaking Malbari knows that he is an outsider in this community, and no amount of speaking in the local dialect is going to make him an insider. Prabhu refers to Malbari's family as low caste, and the big plot point arises when Malbari's sister is found to be in love with Prabhu's younger brother, Venkati, played by the director himself. If you recall Natesh's first film, there was again a master-servant relationship that set the plot in motion. And like Pedro, Tiger's Pond, based on stories by Amresh Nogadoni, uses genre elements, a police investigation, a suicide, a love affair in subversive ways. For instance, Malbari's sister, Binja Rakshiti, is far more assertive than her upper caste lover. The suicide episode features a cobra being kept in a jar, possibly for venom extraction, and the police investigation is interrupted by Basu, played by Gopal Hegde. This is a man who has the guts to stand up to Prabhu. Natesh Hegde doesn't seem to believe in performances. He appears to cast actors for their presence, and every actor, professional or otherwise, is spot on. Based on Pedro and Tiger's Pond, the director is interested in capturing snapshots of the caste and class divide, but with a documentarian's distance. Every subplot is seen through an objective prism without much narrative manipulation. Malbari does something really awful at the end, but whether he's going to have sleepless nights about his action is something only he knows. Like Pedro, this second film is an impressive drama that is less interested in individual character development than in how these characters fit into the timeless tableau of man and nature, rich and poor, dominance and oppression. Tiger's Pond ends with a freeze frame that suggests some sort of eternal presence, that killing someone need not necessarily mean that they cannot find a way to return even if only as a memory. It's haunting. Natesh Hegde proves once again that he's one of the most interesting new voices in non-mainstream cinema today. And that's it about Tiger's Pond. If you like this video review, do subscribe to Galatta Plus and see you soon at the movies.
The Vivo V50 with stunning design and pro-level portrait photography. Buy now.
Milky Mist Paneer. Milky Mist Paneer.
Velamal feels proud to honor the physical education teachers with 5 cars and 15 lakhs.